Carlton's the next side in our AFLW club-by-club draft reviews, and of course the Baggers picked up a bag of 5 players overall after passing on their last national draft pick, but they started out with picks 10 and 11, Pete, Annie Lee and Keely Sherai out of Victoria.
Yeah, they're, Vic Country and Vic Metro prospects. Lee being that really, really reliable defender, someone who I've liked all year because of her ability to just get the job done week in, week out, use the ball well, make good decisions, intercept, position herself, settle the team down, be that real anchor in defence, and someone who just continually, plays consistently well. And there aren't many flaws in her game, so she's someone who can slot straight into that halfback and really play a good role, and someone who you can rely on each week to play their role and be accountable, as well as provide a bit of offensive drive out of that back half. And then you look at Sherai, and she's sort of that midfielder who's very classy around the stoppages, goes forward, sort of able to sort of sidestep players or extract it out and then kick forward, and generally is able to win it in there, and got a lot of upside, sort of a late developer compared to some of the other inside midfielders that went first round, who have sort of been touted for a little while. But she's one that came through and really had a standout season after the delayed season last year. Didn't really get much of a crack, and this year she's just really gone from strength to strength each week, and certainly earned Vic Metro honours, and then was a standout through that, and coming back to Eastern. So definitely one that catches the eye, and one that will catch the Blues fans' eyes when she's running around through the midfield.
And the Blues had another couple of picks clumped pretty close together with pick 23 and 26. Obviously, Brooke Vickers and Imogen Milford there for the Baggers, and I guess they're sort of picking for needs with those two selections.
Yeah, obviously both have VFLW experience. Vickers came in late, came through the Oakley Chargers program, won a premiership there, able to use the ball well, good decision maker off a half-back. She can spread up to the wing and, play multiple positions, so nice versatility for her there. So that's really good that she can sort of rotate, and it kind of shows you the way that Carlton were going with their selections, picking defender, a midfielder, and then a player that can play both roles. And she's obviously that bit more outside too compared to Shirai's inside. And then you've got Milford, who's the key forward, reliable goal kicker, second in the goal kicking overall, able to, go overhead, take marks, get done at ground level. More so her athleticism, though, that stands out. So someone who is able to kick some pretty impressive goals for a player of her height. So a project player, but a tall forward that sort of comes in. Taylor Harris has gone out, so someone who can sort of step into that role.
And Jess Good rounding out the Carlton selections, obviously as an undrafted free agent after the fact. So she's out of South Australia from Sturt. Pete, you've watched a lot of her this year.
Yeah, she actually came in, I think, early in the season after maybe a round or two, and really racked up some serious numbers playing through that ruck. She's a basketballer, so athletic. It allowed Zoe Prowse to play through midfield and forward, so it sort of unleashed her there, and Jess Good was racking up some serious hit-out numbers around the ground. She had more than 40 type thing, and beating most of her opponents, so certainly someone who has a lot of upside, more of that mature age, but someone who has come in and stepped into a role and pretty much taken to it pretty easily, and being that basketball, we know she's got that athleticism and ability to move around the ground really well. So definitely an athletic ruck, and someone who can probably play forward as well, and just give the Blues a bit of depth after they've obviously lost Alison Downey as well. So it just fits a need, and someone who's ready-made, really.
And having lost a lot of stock and some experience over the off-season, you feel like they've stocked up again pretty well here?
Yeah, they've been able to draft for a few needs, as we said, as a ruck. You've got the key forward back, so you've replaced a couple of your losses there, and then you've just sort of got that midfield and defensive cover, if you like, to slot in. And I think a lot of these players, particularly if you're looking at Lee and Milford as those ones who can probably play from earlier on, given their experience and their profile as a whole. So it'll be really interesting to see how they line up next year, because it will be quite different, but certainly they fill those needs. So they've been able to pick up them and slot those players in where they need them.